Campus of Harper College, Palatine, Illinois, 50 minutes from downtown Chicago, and this week it's been bowling and the Bulls. Here at the Physical Center, inside 4 glistening Brunswick lanes are set for the finals of a great championship, the $300,000 Brunswick World Competitive Champions. 2,500 looking on with you, so let's meet our 5 finalists. Here they are. Our 5th seed is making his 2nd consecutive telecast. It is after his 5th career win from Middleburg Heights, Ohio, Dave Arnold. His opening opponent is seeking his 4th title and his 2nd win in a major from Andover, Kansas, Justin Hromek. Our 3rd seed hails from Shawnee, Kansas. It is after his 2nd win of the year and 9th of his career, Bryan Goebel. Our 2nd seed bowls out of Baltimore and has won a PBA record 76% of his matches on TV, Danny Wiseman. And our tournament leader is also trying for his 2nd win of the year and his 1st win in a major from Gilbert, Arizona, Dave Arnold. Total of $300,000 Nelson Byrne Jr., so the winner will get a good check.
You're right. One of the best tournaments of the year, the first year in bowling's Triple Crown, $60,000 on top, a new boat, and probably even more important, a 5-year exemption into this tournament, and a solid group of players here as we're ready to go with the first match. It'll be Justin Hromek, the only man in the field who's won a major title, going against the Big D, who was red hot last week with a 258 game. Here we go.
All right. 4th seed Justin Hromek, Andover, Kansas, 5'9", 145 pounds. He's a product of Wichita State and its bowling team. "29-year-older using the full approach. Perfection. Now Dave Arnold, 6'1", 215, 34 years old. This is his 3rd television appearance this year and 22nd overall. Last week, Nelson, he was seeded 3rd and finished 4th.
Well, Chris, he bowled a great game last week. For the fans to recall, he had 9 strikes. He left a solid 8, a solid 9, a solid 10, which kept him from perfection. And among the players out here today, he has definitively the best strike ball. If he can keep it around the 1-3 pocket, look out. The Big D knows how to knock him down.
A double and a 10-10 lead. Brunswick, Tournament of Champions. Careful preparation. And bow the right result.
Well, Chris, the right-hand lane's a little bit tighter. Romack has made the adjustment. Dave Internment a little high and a little light, but both players perfect through 2. And this young man, Justin Hromek, I've known him for years. As he's working on his finger, he actually uses a little gripper on his index finger, and he's put an extra piece of tape in his thumb. You just want to make sure everything is just right. Tighten that thumb hole, tighten that finger hole. One little piece of tape may not mean much to a normal player, but to a pro, they're looking for that perfect fit. He uses that index finger to kind of grip the ball, the outer surface of the ball. It almost acts like a 3rd finger hole, yet gives him good leverage. He also keys off that finger.
All right. 3-bagger. Turning out to the crowd, the fans here start early picking their favorites and go along with them and hope they can go from this first match all the way to the final.
The Big D takes the full approach, 17 feet available, and actually with his size, it's very important to be solid at the line.
Just amazing. The man who last year, 8 television appearances, he was seated in all 5 and placed in all 5, earning $185,000. Pretty sight. 6 X's.
What makes his ball so effective is his ball speed, about 18.5 miles an hour, the good inside-out swing, his wife Sylvia looks on, and the wrist action. You cannot beat solid wrist action at the point of release. Thumb comes out, wrist snaps right behind with the fingers.
All right, a 4-bagger. Seesaw battle. All performing with strikes. All here at Harper College.
Don't roll with the punches. Throw them.
It's not whether you win or lose. It's whether you win.
11 strikes down. 10 pins up. 1 ball to go.
How can I be a worthy mother when all I want is my children's cereal?
Kellogg's Frosted Flakes just for kids? Brave adults say no.
My wife said she'd do anything to help. I told her to get me a spoon.
Now more than ever, these adults are stepping forward to admit they love that sweet, delicious crunch.
My passion finally led to a marriage of convenience. He's a milkman.
Come on, give in. Frosted Flakes have the taste adults have grown to love. They're great.
We're back with the critics playing that music in the background, and you see the Brunswick lanes and the crowd. They're loving it, and though the lanes look beautiful.
Chris, here's the oil pattern. There's oil right down the lane to 36 feet. Then it's carried out to 41 feet. Now, the area the players want to play is start the ball in here. You'll see Romack start in here. Get it out in the dry area. This is dry. The ball swing back to the 1-3. Both players are perfect through 3 frames. Romack with another strike would tie up the Internment after 4.
Stuck at the line. Nearly went over it. But more important is the fact that he'll have that single pin 8th spare to shoot at here.
There's a couple of reasons why he could stick at the line. He has preparation. Is that, you know, he's walking back there in a carpeted area behind the approach, Chris, and sometimes you build up a little surface friction or electricity there, and a player will stick at the foul line. So he has to watch that, maybe stay away from the carpeted area.
So it's 3 strikes and a spare for Romack. His mom and dad, both very fine bowlers, Larry and Fran.
Larry's a 215 average. Mom, Fran, averages 200.
Wow.
Solid bowling family, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, this young man on tour this year is averaging 217 and has won a U.S. Open.
So now it's a 9-pin on the left lane.
A little bit different lane condition we've seen in these championship lanes in previous tournament stops in the arena. As the ball drifts high on the left-hand lane, he breaks down the 4-9 split. Is that the left lane is hooking more than the right lane. We've kind of tracked these lanes over the years, Chris, and we've always had the right lane hooking more, so a little bit different oil pattern out there by the PBA today for the championship.
Now with the 2 spares, a furrowed brow. Justin Hromek, a national junior bowling champion, as well as a NCAA champion. Now with 4 in a row shooting in the 5th frame, the Internment. Okay, beautiful. May 18th, ABC's Professional Bowlers Tour returns. We'll head north to Canada for the IOF Foresters Open. That's May 18th at 3 Eastern and Pacific, right here on ABC Sports.
Dave D'Intermont, one of the few self-taught bowlers on the tour, and he just kind of felt his way around, has a real good natural style, but he must practice every day. I see this guy out there every day, Chris, working on his game. He's perfect through 5.
halfway point to the Brunswick $100,000 perfect game check. There were 7 300s here this week. Our numbers 1, 2, and 3 seeds, each with 300s this week. Justin's back, striking in the 6th frame.
Justin, one of the really good all-around athletes we have on the tour in high school. He lettered in 4 sports: basketball, football, track, and bowling, but and stuck with his weightlifting. He bench pressed 280 when he was in high school. Let's take a look how he's attacking the pair. He's starting here. He'll slide in this area, take a solid approach, and then his design shot will come just outside the second arrow with a medium break. Not quite as much as his opponent, Dave D'Intermont.
Very useful double, cutting the lead down to 22 pins now. But remember, D'Intermont is perfect through 6. There are the Romack great bowlers and his fiancée, Christy Butcher, August 31st, the wedding date.
Well, this is a blueprint solid 10. For the people who want to know what caused a solid 10, watch the second pin on the right-hand part of your screen. You see the 6th pin just elevate around the belly of the 10. It's part of the game, folks.
The defending champion of the TFC, Mike Albee, finished 46th, averaging 216 this week. But Mike, Dave Houston, and Larry Lickstein were all inducted into the Professional Bowlers Association Hall of Fame. Congratulations, guys.
Well deserved.
Mm-hmm.
D'Intermont, 8th frame, 21 pins. No lead is sacred in the arena finals because of the high scoring.
That's an 8th frame strike. We're in Palatine, Illinois, and you know, the excitement around the Harper College campus today isn't just limited to arena bowling. Take a look at this play over at the baseball field.
People say in the town of Flatwoods, the most exciting thing to do is sit around and watch the paint dry, especially when it's Behr Premium Plus, only from Home Depot.
It's going on so smoothly.
Nice color.
It's 100% acrylic.
It's like putting a plastic shell on your house.
And since Behr has a 15-year guarantee, these people know they won't be seeing this much excitement again for quite a while. Behr Premium Plus, the premium paint with a Home Depot price.
You Mechanicus, this just in. Check this weekend's paper to find a valuable coupon insert for the one-of-a-kind McDonald's Big Mac. I know they should be here. Please, baby, please. Oh, hello!
This is Miracle Grow Extra Long-Lasting Lawn Food that's guaranteed to keep your lawn greener longer. The secret? These time-release capsules that feed continuously for months. That's why they call it Miracle Grow Extra Long-Lasting Lawn Food.
Top tumblers compete for the world title as the event finals continue. It's the World Gymnastics Championships presented by State Farm. Next on Wide World.
This crowd is tremendous, and it's larger than my estimate. I said 2,500 earlier. The official count now is 4,100. Arena bowling is popular. So is this professional. Justin Hromek, trailing by 21, got a double up shooting in the 8th. Needs it. Oh, a 4-pin. Couldn't trip that baby out of there, so he'll have to keep battling as we're down in the final stretch of this first game. Remember, the winner of it will meet Bryan Goebel, and then Danny Wiseman. And our tournament leader, #1 seed, is Dave Arnold from Gilbert, Arizona. Good mark. Here's Nelson.
Thank you, Chris. With me, Bryan Goebel. Bryan, you've been ranked in the top 10 in the world for About 3 years now, but no major titles. Do you want your career to end with that little asterisk there that he couldn't win the big one?
Well, I won't be disappointed if I don't get it, but I'd certainly love to have it.
This is a good one, and this would be a good start. This guy's real tough, Chris, and he'll give them all they can handle in the next match. Back to you.
Got that right, Bo. Bryan Goebel and Bo, two toughies. All right, now, 9th frame, that foundation for Romack. Good shot. Great shot. Little dejected as he comes back now to look on with you as Internment steps up. He'll be shooting the 9th. There's a strike working for him and a 22-pin lead. Wobbly 10, though.
Wow, Chris, and he's really throwing some good shots. It's interesting that the shots he didn't strike on last week were all solid hits, and this week the only 2 strikes that he hasn't had in this game were solid 10s. So he's left the 8, 9, and 10 last week and 2 10s this week. Right now, he needs a solid mark to lock up the game.
Okay, tonight on ABC, the world television premiere of Born Free, a new adventure at 8, 7 Central Time. Then your favorite stand-ups, Tim Allen, Richard Lewis, Bill Maher, Paula Poundstone, Paul Reiser, and Jerry Seinfeld, all together with some of their comedy friends and the all-new Comedy Club Superstars, all tonight. ABC. That's ABC.
Internment needs 19 in the 10th frame here to lock up the match. Now he only needs 9 pins on 2 balls to go on to meet Bryan Goebel.
What a powerful ball, Nelson.
Oh, Chris, it's wonderful.
My goodness.
Especially he has that, what I call a little hook-out shot. You watch his ball on the left-hand lane, which is hooking more. It rolls up, and it looks like it wants to go high and just settles there, still with maximum power. When he has all those shots going, he's tough to beat, as Justin Hromek knows that he still has a potential 247, but it may not be enough. Here we go. Winner.
So it'll be Ohio versus another Kansas professional, Bryan Goebel.
The Internment possible 259. The best Justin Hromek can do is 247. Justin will be back. He's very tough, well-conditioned, and a solid player. Hello, 259. What a start. Last week, 258 wasn't enough, but he's off to a good start this week.
As the professional bowlers take to these temporary Brunswick lanes in our arena bowling setting, we've had some fabulous shows this year. Nice, loose, and easy strike by Justin.
Really, nobody missed the pocket, Chris. Justin Hromek left an 8-pin, a 4-pin, and a 9-pin, and Dave Internment 2 ring and 10. So we can look for that continued high scoring for the remainder of the day. Not for the timid.
A United States Open champion. You're looking at him. He won it in Troy, Michigan in 1994, defeating Parker Boone III 267 to 230. And of course, as Bo pointed out earlier, this is a major. The 10th pin here in the first match. This ABC Sports presentation of Professional Bowlers Tour will continue after these messages and word from our station.
On the first Saturday in May, what's the first thing you think of?
If you want relief from minor arthritis pain, turn up the heat on arthritis. Just minutes after applying Ultra Strength Bengay, you can actually see the heat. That's because Ultra Strength Bengay is the strongest, most advanced Bengay ever, and the only one with the powerful heating relief of 3 pain relievers, and it'll last for hours. Try Ultra Strength Bengay and turn up the heat on arthritis.
Now Bengay comes in an easy open flip-top tube, commended by the Arthritis Foundation.
Corrosion. It can attack your engine from the inside, bringing it to a grinding halt. Fortunately, there's Quaker State Motor Oil, proven to exceed the highest standards car makers have established for protection against corrosion. What's the state of your motor oil? Quaker State exceeds the highest standards for engine protection.
Look for the Quaker State 360 rebate during National Car Care Days, plus additional savings from these manufacturers at participating retailers.
Something hot, something new, something colorful is coming for bowlers from Spectrum and the PBA. Spectrum proudly presents the all-new official PBA merchandise by Munsingwear. Call 1-800-PBA-TOUR to order your new PBA Wear and 96 catalog. Featuring this month's special, just $42.95 plus $4 shipping and handling. Operators are standing by. Call Spectrum PBA Wear, 1-800-PBA-TOUR or fax 1-888-PBA-TOUR.
An ABC world premiere movie. For a dying child, an elite team took the ultimate risk and flew in the face of disaster. But then... Mayday! Mayday! Disaster met them head-on.
We all gonna freeze to death? We're not gonna make it. I'm losing her. We're not gonna let her die.
Angel Flight Down, ABC Monday.
Leonard's Oak World, a family-run business, specializes in beautiful oak tables, chairs, and hutches. If Amish made is what you're looking for, we have it. Cathedral arch doors, tongue and groove backs, dovetail drawers, and much more. The unique look of wrought iron is back. Choose from wrought iron ice cream parlor sets, baker's racks, or pub table and chairs. And be sure to see our display of ironworks for the yard and garden. Leonard's Oak World, routes 11 and 15 just north of Harrisburg.
Boscov's big deal on a big TV. Last month we sold out these big 52-inch Magnavox projection TVs. A new shipment is now in stock for the same low price of $1599.95, $600 off list. Enjoy this deluxe 52-inch picture-in-picture stereo TV at your house. $179.95 takes home a Magnavox 4-head VCR with VCR Plus. Two big deals at all Boscov's.
Karen Thomas tonight on WHTM's Evening Edition.
The Professional Bowlers Tour on ABC Sports. Brought to you by Brunswick. Get in the zone with Brunswick. Yard Machine, American-made, American-owned. And Quaker State, the motor oil that exceeds the highest standards for engine protection.
And here in the arena, Harper College, Palatine, Illinois. First game is finished with 10 strikes. Dave Arnold advances 259, 246, and his next opponent is Bryan Goebel. And what an exciting week it has been here in the northwest part of Chicago, a suburb. Well, it's been a thriller.
Solid week, 48 games, an exciting first match, and we got a great young player coming up in Bryan Goebel in this next match, and I'm interested to watch him do his thing.
Well, at ABC, we like to call it up close and personal. It is said that an athlete's life is measured in wins and losses. But for some athletes, life and sports are indelibly intertwined. For Bryan Goebel's success in life and sports are a constant balancing act.
Since bowling became the #1 thing in my life, everything evolves around the game. This is my win in Peoria. It was the greatest thrill of my life. Knowing you need to get up and throw the very first strike still to win the match, and I was able to do that. And then I still had to step up and throw 2 more for the 300 game and $200,000. When I threw the 12th shot that I threw poorly and I didn't strike, and that was a disappointment. For Bryan Goebel, it wasn't as disappointing as it was for the rest of the world. My strength has been the fact that I'm consistent, I work hard at my game, and I've got to continue to do that this year. This is my wife, Kelly, and daughter, Lauren. They're the inspiration of my whole life.
I'm very proud of Bryan, his success on the tour. I'm also very proud of him as a husband and as a father, and that we're very happy.
It's tough with my wife and my daughter. There's nothing more difficult than being away from home for 5 or 6 weeks at a time and not seeing either one of them. But I think it allows me to, when we're together, we spend a little more quality time together. This is my best friend, Quinn. He thinks he's better at darts than me. No way.
Well, when it comes to darts, I know he might say different, but I'm truly the better player.
Quentin's as competitive as I am, and neither one of us likes to lose at anything we do.
I would say that Bryan's a very unique and a very sensitive and caring person.
He's a guy that I can goof around with and get my mind completely away from bowling with, and just a best friend.
I'd say Bryan and I are best of friends.
I can see myself bowling another 20 years, whether it's home in leagues or whether it's out on the tour as a senior member. I'll still be bowling.
Well, there he is, the 34-year-old from Shawnee, Kansas, Bryan Goebel. Kelly's wife, Lauren, of course, his 3-year-old daughter. Kelly's a computer analyst in Kansas. Handshake taken care of. We're ready for match 2, Bo, and the Internment coming off a big win.
A very emotional Bryan Goebel is actually a little choked up by that piece, Chris. I saw a little tear in his eye, and he has to wipe that away because Dave Internment is thinking about winning the second game after he started with a powerful 259 in the first game. Here we go.
And the big man almost went over the line, too. What good balance. He's a good athlete. Don't ever forget it.
And part of that good balance comes, Chris, with his hips and his shoulders directly over his knees. You can't have those shoulders too far forward or you won't be able to maintain quality balance and leverage. Now, Bryan Goebel.
Sneaking up to the line. Such a quiet bowling shot, but how effective. Whew.
Well, he's made one of the biggest improvements of any player I've seen out here in the tours. He's bowled out here for almost 10 years now, and Bryan Goebel used to loft the ball way out over the line, top the ball, and now he rolls the ball very smoothly when it's necessary, and he keeps his hand directly under the ball for good direction and leverage. His physical conditioning is never questioned. He wasn't privy to information that we were privy of earlier, Chris, is that we know this left-hand lane hooks a couple of boards more. He throws the same shot he rolled on lane 4. It's high, leaves the 4-pin. The 2 just slides around it. He made a good shot, has to make an adjustment, either in speed, loft, or a little move on the left on the approach.
The careers of these two pros sort of paralleling. 23 years for Goble, 22 for Internment. And there is Fred Orjanek, president of Brunswick Indoor Recreation Group. Really a long-time student and expert on bowling.
Boy, and he loves the game.
Mm-hmm. Strike up, second frame, the Internment. With that, a 10-pin lead for Internment.
We showed you the oil pattern on the lanes, and Dave Internment and Bryan Goebel played the shot a little bit differently than, say, a straighter type player like our tournament leader Dave Arnold. They look for the swing area where they know that ball will come back to the lane. Now they'll start way over in the left. They'll look for a target right in here, come with a shot right in here, and look for the big swing and hook area on a lane instead of the hold or pull area.
Three-bagger. Remember, he opened with 6 in a row in his victory over Justin Hromek. Now with a spare up, shooting in the 3rd, Bryan Goebel. He won in Tucson this year, March 1st. 8th title. In fact, he's won 3 Tucson Open titles.
Hits light and just splatters the pins on lane 4. Now the key for him to staying in this match, because we know that he needs strikes, and all the players do in the arena setting, is to make a slight adjustment. See him looking down at the approach, carefully setting himself, putting that hand in the ball's automatic. Now just make a good shot, stay in the match.
Double and 3 for Internment. There they are, the Goble family. Swing it.
Don't roll with the punches. Throw them. It's not whether you win or lose. It's whether you win.
11 strikes down. 10 pins up. 1 ball to go.
They test car batteries here. They test pickup trucks here. And when they test yard machines, they go here, Dave Spivey's house. MTD tractors, chipper shredders, lawnmowers, and edgers tackle the toughest jobs. Look for MTD yard machines at retailers near you. MTD.
Wow! I like it!
MTD yard machines, American-made, American-owned.
35 years of thrilling victories, 35 years of agonizing defeats. Relive it all in a Wide World Anniversary special presented by Cigna, Sunday on ABC.
On the campus of Harper College, with an enrollment of 22,000, serving 33 communities, a liberal arts to nursing. We're in the Phys Ed Center. Beautiful arena. This Harper College has the largest training center in Illinois for sign language. All right, D'Entremont, way to the left of center, nearly touching the ball return. 3 in a row, 4th frame. It bent all right, but 10 pin on the right lane, and D'Entremont nods to the applause of the crowd here. Remember, he shot a .259 with 10 strikes in the first. Quickly now, cross lane, 10 pin. He has it, and Nelson Byrne Jr. has Justin.
Thank you, Chris. Justin Hromek, a solid first game, 246. However, you don't get extended play today. Kind of what's the lane condition out there, and you expect the solid scores to hold up?
Well, I think it's going to be high scores all day, and I want to thank Brunswick for having one of the best tournaments I ever had, and it was pretty fun to make the arena finals for change.
Well, you're a solid player. You've won a U.S. Open, and we're going to have a new champion out there. Good luck.
D'Entremont, his 4th strike in 5 frames, 99 through the 4th. And Bryan Goebel, a 6-footer, 165 pounds, good all-around athlete in high school. Got a double up 5th frame. Trailing bowling 9, in other words, can take a 1-pin lead. That's the story, and there's Nelson Burton again.
Thank you, Chris. Danny, you're going in the next match, and you're one of the few players I know out here who still charts the lanes. He marks down what he thinks about the lanes, and what's your story on this pair? I'm sure you've checked them out.
Yeah, as according to the last time, the left lane's hooking more. Same thing in Grand Rapids, same pair of lanes. I've remembered that, and they're totally playing different for me. Looks like these guys also, they're playing different. So, I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but we'll figure it out.
He's got a great record, Chris, and he'll be in the next match. Back to you.
A 10. That's for Bryan Goebel. So now we are all even. Figures, doesn't it, with 1 pin standing. The opponent. All right. We're in our second match. Who just joined us. It is the Brunswick World Tournament of Champions. $60,000 today to the winner, $33,000 to the runner-up. In our second game, D'Entremont winning the first, 259, 246, for Justin Hromek. All right. That double gives him a 10-pin lead. Leadership among the professional bowlers. Let's take a look at it, Nelson.
Bob Warren Jr., $180,000, buoyed a lot by that $100,000 bonus he received at the flagship tournament. And here's our averages through the years as high scores all year long. 223. Houston just gets him in the top 5. Deadeye going at a record pace. The old record set by Albee at 226 last year. Now, D'Entremont ahead by 10 can make it 20.
And he certainly does. The colorful antics of the 1996 Brunswick World Tournament of Champions honoree Carmen Selvino has now spread over 5 decades. There he is, and watch.
I've been hearing that bowlers are not athletes, and I'm sick and tired of hearing it. I've been watching that Dick Vitale all winter long talking about his PTPers in basketball. Well, I want to see some of those 7-footers do this. Put their palms up. Let's see how tough they are, those wimps.
Those 2 all-beef patties.
Thomas, and Thomas. I'll connect you.
That special sauce.
Thomas and Sons.
McDonald's Big Mac.
The Thomases.
A little bit naughty.
Tom.
A whole lot of wonderful. Go on. Give in.
Hi, Judy. Any calls?
Things will pick up after lunch.
Have you had your break today?
How can I be a worthy mother when all I want is my children's cereal?
Kellogg's Frosted Flakes just for kids? Brave adults say no.
My wife said she'd do anything to help. I told her to get me a spoon.
Now more than ever, these adults are stepping forward to admit they love that sweet, delicious crunch.
My passion finally led to a marriage of convenience. He's a milkman.
Come on, give in. Frosted Flakes have the taste adults have grown to love. They're great.
Golf's top guns swing deep into the heart of Texas for a shootout in the Lone Star State. Coverage of the Shell Houston Open begins next Saturday on ABC.
62-year-old Carmen Selvino, native of Chicago. He is the tournament honoree, Hall of Famer everywhere. He and his wife, Jenny, have been just wonderful friends, Bo, to both of us.
You're right, Chris. A great bowler. I had a chance to compete against him, and he's really the first man out here who really put physical conditioning and training into professional bowling, and all these young players have followed behind with his example. Now, Bryan Goebel, 7th frame, spare up, trails by 20. His opponent, Dave D'Intermont.
Our statistician today, Butch Soper, of course, the champion, and thus was in the field for this event and finished 29th. Got a check to go on this 2-week vacation. He'll be nice to Dawn, his wife, with all that money.
I think he's building new swimming pool parts.
Yes.
You need it in Havasu.
Important double for Bryan Goebel.
Especially in a strike fest like this, you have to remind your opponent that you're still there. You're still there. Now, D'Intermont has only missed 3 times a day, all on this right-hand lane, all ringing 10s.
At 4-pin, we've seen a few today.
Well, D'Intermont just gets a little charged up and actually gets too much on the ball. You ask how the top pros, they're only going at about 80% power, Chris, and he jumped at about 90 and it went high.
All right. Analysis, Nelson Byrne Jr., 22nd year. How about that?
Time flies.
When you're having fun.
You bet. Now the situation for D'Intermont, he has a possible 258, Goble a possible 259. This second game is all up for grabs.
Dancing off the deck.
Now for Bryan Goebel, he sat and watched this match trailing all the time. As he steps up here in the 9th frame with 4 consecutive strikes, he could shut out D'Intermont. As unbelievable as it may seem, he can shoot 259. The best D'Intermont can shoot is 258, but he must have them all.
No scouts. And he's from Shawnee, Kansas. He needed that.
Well, the match is not over. D'Intermont going at a 238 pace. A spare and 3 strikes for Goble would put him at 238 as his wife looks on. The young lady, computer analyst Kelly, she knows the score.
Very busy back home with a new house. Many of our viewers know that takes work.
Hoo-hoo. Hoo-hoo. D'Intermont knows the score. Bryan Goebel knows the score. D'Intermont just checking out the rack, always thinking. He has 2 re-racks. He's checking it out on lane 4. He knows that Goble needs 3 strikes to make him throw a double. 10th frame.
Another 20.
Wow, it's hard to even think they're losers today, Chris, as you see Justin Hromek put all the balls in the pocket, ends up with a, quote, mediocre 246, but not enough for D'Intermont. So far, Bryan Goebel bowled a solid game, has 3 10-pins and a 4-pin, and basically all that D'Intermont will have to do is mark. It's a carry contest.
In conjunction with this tournament, there's an official charity, as it has been, the Children's Benefit Fund of Chicago. Brunswick today is donating $15 for every pin knocked down during our telecast, and going to this charity, which provides special needs services to children who are the victims of abuse, neglect, or abandonment.
Chris, at the rate they're going, around 250 average, that'll come out to about $30,000. Not so bad. That strike by Bryan Goebel, a solid 227 game, forces Dave D'Intermont to get a mark of any type. Strike on the first ball, it's a win. A spare is a win. Don't get protective. You always have to attack.
This year has been one of these years when I keep saying I've seen it all.
Well, Chris, 3 pounds, 6 and 7 ounce pins. The head pin just gets a little bit of the 10, and it knocks it over as Dave D'Intermont wins his 2nd match. Wife Sylvia is happy. The opponent will be your buddy Danny Wiseman in the semifinal.
All right, friends, there's the winner. This week's Winning Never Gets Old bowling tip features left-handed Hall of Famer Dave Davis.
And now ABC Sports Professional Bowlers Tour presents another Winning Never Gets Old bowling tip, brought to you by Comfort Inns and Suites.
With me is 20-time PBA champion Dave Davis. He's here to help me analyze and demonstrate one of the most common and difficult spares in the sport of bowling, the bucket. Dave?
Well, Bo, the bucket for you, being a right-handed player, is the 2-4-5. The bucket for me is the 3-5-6, being a lefty.
Well, for a right-hander, the 2-4-5, because of the track area or worn area on the right, I'd like to see a player move to the left side of the lane and shoot a straight shot down the left side, thereby avoiding the chop.
Well, we do the same thing. We stay on the left side of the lane also, you know. We don't want to get over on the right where your track's going to throw the ball a little over the lane. All we want to do is throw the ball down about the 3rd arrow on the left and just let it roll over softly at the end.
Great tip from Hall of Famer Dave Davis. For your right-handers, move over to the left side of the lane, borrow some of his lane. For you lefties, stay on that left side, use that smooth side, and you'll convert the bucket more often. And remember, winning never gets old.
This ABC Professional Bowlers Tour Winning Never Gets Old bowling tip has been brought to you by Comfort Inns and Suites.
There are gut balls and gutter balls. And sometimes, the trophy falls. But no matter what, you'll love the bowlers who have it all on ABC Sports Home Video, Bowling the Perfect Game. Call 1-800-4ABC-VCR to order bowling's colorful history. Narrated by Chris Schenkel and Nelson Burton Jr. This collector's home video can be yours to enjoy for only $14.98 plus $3.95 shipping. That's 1-800-4ABC-VCR.
Once there were only 2 guarantees in life, death and taxes. I can help you with the taxes, and now I can tell you about a 3rd guarantee, the 100% satisfaction guarantee at Comfort Inns and Suites. If your room isn't right, they'll make it right, or the night's on them. That's right, a refund.
For comfort, satisfaction guarantee, and free continental breakfast, call 1-800-228-5150.
In this case, I can't offer to come with you. Darn it.
Goodyear revolutionized wet traction design with AquaTread. Now, Goodyear introduces InfiniTread, the first tire with a lifetime tread life warranty. The new all-season InfiniTread. Its tread is guaranteed for as long as you own your car. Call 1-800-GOODYEAR.
Tough athlete's foot, cure it the way doctors do. With the same unbeatable medicine they prescribe time and again. It's in prescription strength Desenex. Nothing cures athlete's foot better. Prescription strength Desenex with the doctor's cure.
Germs, they're in your mouth, living in plaque. Even your dentist can't see them. If you want to remove those germs, you've got to remove the plaque. And you can remove more with this. New Mint Sensation Advanced Formula Plaques. A minty cool way to get germs where they live by removing more plaque before you brush. So you get clean, healthy feeling teeth and gums. Even your dentist can see. Remove plaque and germs with new Mint Sensation Plaques.
Here in Palatine, Illinois, Dave D'Entremont, two big wins, 259, 258 each game, 10 strikes. Now against Danny Wiseman. International in nature was this Tournament of Champions, and we had sort of a tournament within a tournament, as the trophy there symbolizes that it is an international event, Nelson.
You're right, Chris. Earlier today was a strong team of international players taking on 8 American touring pros in this year's Reichert Cup. The international team was led by a lineup of players like Japan's Toshio Sai, but in the end, Walter Ray Williams Jr. and the American team were just too much to handle. Retaining their Reichert Cup title 15 points to 6. The great Johnny Petraglia, the captain of the American team, accepted the trophy from Jack Reichert. Great victory.
Jack Reichert, the retired chairman of Brunswick. Terrific guy. He is the man that rejuvenated bowling in the Olympic Games, and he deserves so much credit, but he looks so great enjoying a more peaceful time than being chairman and CEO of a great corporation.
Okay, Chris, the semifinals, the red-hot Dave D'Entremont, his last 3 games on national television. Last week, 258. He's opened with 259, 258 this week. He has his hands full, though, with Danny Wiseman, the man who qualified second.
Yeah, points to the right lane. He wanted that to happen on this lane.
Well, that's the first time he's really had the solid 10 on the left-hand lane. It's kind of plagued him on the right-hand lane, but he's quickly up and hits it right in the middle.
So it's a spare for D'Entremont in his 3rd game this afternoon. Now, Danny Wiseman, Baltimore, Maryland, 6 titles. His 3rd appearance on TV. He has 2/3 this year.
Tell you, this guy's been so successful in the championship rounds, Pards. 230 average in his career, the #1. When he gets on a roll, he has just the ideal strike ball. He doesn't have quite as much power as Dave D'Entremont, but he's not weak either. He's enough to handle all 10 pins at 36 pounds down there, but not too much to keep it out of control. Now watch his eyes. He looks down, focuses on his target, and then stays solid with his head.
Even that brings a smile.
As Jeff Stayrook likes to say, hit him light and watch him fight. Here we go. The head pin does all the work. Watch the head pin. Left sideboard comes out and takes the 2, 4, 5, and 7 out. A terrific break for Wiseman. Dave D'Entremont started with a spare.
There he gets them all in the 2nd frame of the semifinal game leading to the final. Waiting to bowl the winner of this game is Dave Arnold. He was the #1 seed. He's from Gilbert, Arizona, with 2 championships. Incidentally, from the top seed, he's 1-0.
Intermont's best shot of the day. As many good balls as he's rolled, Chris, he just got a complete handful that time. You see the pins just being sucked off like a vacuum sweeper.
Double up, third frame. Eight.
Crowd reaction tells the story here, and Danny's reaction. Just a sweet shot right between the second, third arrows. Bam. Too many solid wraps.
Just as smooth as the Bulls is.
Dorothy Potter, Danny's mother, looking on. Danny, an all-around bowler. He plays duck pins over in the East Coast.
There's Dorothy.
There she is. She picked up a lucky penny last night. Told him it's a 1992 heads up. She says, Danny will be lucky today. So far, he's had one bad break in the third frame.
Okay, 4 frames, 3 strikes, 69 through the third. We're in our semifinal, and we'll see more of Danny after this.
When? Don't roll with the punches. Throw them.
It's not whether you win or lose. It's whether you win.
11 strikes down. 10 pins up. 1 ball to go.
How can I be a worthy mother when all I want is my children's cereal?
Kellogg's Frosted Flakes just for kids? Brave adults say no.
My wife said she'd do anything to help. I told her to get me a spoon.
Now more than ever, these adults are stepping forward to admit they love that sweet, delicious crunch.
My passion finally led to a marriage of convenience. He's a milkman.
Come on, give in. Frosted Flakes have the taste adults have grown to love. They're great.
Yes, here are those Brunswick temporary lanes here at Harper College, and Fred Florjanic, president of Brunswick Indoor Recreation Group, that big smile, and rightfully so, because it's been very successful. And all the cheering you hear, Bill Winnington of the Chicago Bulls just walked in, and I told you it was a week for bowling and bowls. There's a big guy. He's trailing. No, he's up by 1. Now he's up by 11 as we go to Nelson Byrne Jr.
Thank you, Chris. Bryan Goebel, very solid game. Nobody misses the pocket. It's do you think it's pure luck to win a game out there when every ball's in the pocket, or is it a combination?
I think power has a lot to do with it on the lanes right now. You're going to hit the pocket, whoever can overpower the other guy, and Dave certainly is stronger than I am, so tough match.
How about Dave Arnold, our tournament leader? Doesn't bode well for him. He doesn't have much power at all.
He's got his hands full, but you never know. He's a great bowler. He'll
All
pull
right.
something.
Good luck the rest of the year.
Back to you, Chris.
All right. And with the scout moving over, taking out the 10-pin, it's a 21-pin lead for Dave D'Entremont, and here's Bo again.
Hey, Chris, with me is Dave Arnold. Dave, he says that the power is going to win today, yet you got the most control out there. What do you think about that?
Well, I'm going to give it my best shot. I still have something to say about that, and we'll see what happens.
Chris, he's 1-0 from the #1 spot. He's not going to give it up easily. Good luck, David.
All right, Danny coming up with a double, cutting the lead to 11 pins now here in the semifinal match. Danny calling for a re-rack. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. And Johnny Campos, our tournament director, is back here this week after Dave Schroeder filled in for him last week.
The eyes have it with Danny. He really has solid preparation. As I said once before, look at how steady his head is and how focused his eyes are.
All right, there's the St. John's product. Wennington played some last night, practiced this morning, and of course play again tomorrow against Miami. Beautiful strain. Coming up next on ABC's Wide World of Sports, we'll travel to San Juan, Puerto Rico for the men's and women's event finals in the World Gymnastics Championships presented by State Farm. And from Churchill Downs, the Kentucky Derby preview presented by Visa. That's next. Wide World of Sports here on ABC.
Dave Intermont started with a solid 10, has followed with 5 consecutive strikes, 7th frame, leads by 11, trying to make it 21 semifinal game. The 5th 10 pin for Intermont today, and there's just not much you can do about that, Chris. The game is not designed to strike every time. However, when you have as much power as he has, you have to worry about the pins flying over each other.
All right. 10-pin lead by this man, Intermont, Danny Wiseman.
This is Miracle Grow Extra Long Lasting Lawn Food that's guaranteed to keep your lawn greener longer. The secret? These time-release capsules that feed continuously for months. That's why they call it Miracle Grow Extra Long Lasting Lawn Food.
You Mechanicus, this just in. Check this weekend's paper to find a valuable coupon insert for the one-of-a-kind McDonald's Big Mac. I know they should be here. Please, baby, please. Oh, hello!
It's all new. It's Superman like you've never seen him before. Really, trust us.
Oh, God.
I look like Mighty Mouse. And all new Lois and Clark, ABC Sunday.
Look at that shot by our expert ABC cameraman. Look at the crowd. 4,100. Arena bowling. Harper College on stage here in the semifinal game. Danny Wiseman trailing by 10. He has a 3-bagger working, shooting in the 7th frame against Dave Intermont.
The full approach, the long slide. He keeps his hand right under that ball. Obvious pull there, slightly inside his target. He was aiming just inside the second arrow, just hit a little right of the third arrow. When you pull with 2 boards, you're not going to get the desired result. The 4-pin has tightened this match as Denny trails by 11.
So smooth at the line. So smooth.
Well, you know, Chris, he developed his game a little bit through duck pins, a game played back on the East Coast with a 4.5-pound ball about the size of a softball, and he says his duck pin average is about 130. They're just smaller little pins, and that's pretty credible. Pretty good left-handed bowler, averages 190 left-handed, so he can do it as long as he's got a ball in his hands, but right now he's got Dave Intermont and 11 pins to worry about.
All right. Striking the 8th frame for Danny. 168 through 7. Now with the spare working, shooting in the 8th frame, Dave Intermont. He's won 2 matches with scores of 258 and 259. 20 strikes.
This game he has a possible 269. Wiseman a possible 258. This is the critical frame. You don't want to go to the 10th without a chance.
It was there, but too deep.
Well, the requiem for D'Intermont, if he doesn't win this tournament, will be the 10-pin. He has left 6 10-pins in less than 3 games, or he would be near perfect. He hasn't lost this match yet, though. It's up for grabs.
To meet Dave Arnold of Arizona. There you see, on the left, Lenny Nicholson, the retiring lane maintenance director for the PBA, and Larry Lickstein for meritorious service category. He is a member of the PBA Hall of Fame. Congratulations, and Lenny, have a good retirement. Okay, tomorrow on ABC Sports, we'll go to Pennsylvania for the Bosch Spark Plug Grand Prix. The race begins at 2 Eastern, 1 Central, and Pacific, and a show that was 35 years in the making. Muhammad Ali, Nadia Comaneci, and Michelle Kwan are just a few of the stars you'll see on ABC's Wide World of Sports 35th Anniversary Special, presented by Cigna. That's all tomorrow here on ABC Sports. 35 years of excellence, and a man that had so much to do it here today, our Senior Vice President, Denny Lewis. Congratulations, Denny.
The first huge error of the championship in the semifinal game, the 10th frame. Danny sends it too wide, too soft, throws it right through the heart, the 4-6. He has opened the door for Dave D'Intermont to just waltz in. All he needs to do, or try to do, is at least bounce one of these pins out. It's very difficult to slide the 4-6 over. A dejected, you're not going to do it that way, son. You got to throw it real hard. Right now for Dave D'Intermont, it's a very simple task in front of him. He only needs 8 pins on the first ball. Wow, he's sitting on the bench and thinking, what a gift. Of course, he's nailed the pocket every shot, Chris.
And if he needed it, and I doubt it, there's this little added motivation right here. And, of course, distress for Danny.
8 pins or more, he'll meet Dave Arnold for the Tournament of Champions title. Lockjaws.
All right, Dave D'Intermont. Danny Wiseman with a 224, and of course, D'Intermont's final score will bring that to you, as Arnold will be next. This ABC Sports presentation of Professional Bowler Tour will continue after these messages and a word from our ABC stations.
I got Prime Star because I love news and sitcoms and dramas and sports. I always wanted to play football. Oh. Maybe not. Okay, so I admit I love TV. And with Prime Star's 95 channels, I get it all in digital, picture, and sound. You want to know the best part? You don't have to buy the dish. Prime Star is a service. There's no equipment to buy. And it all starts at about $1 a day. Enjoy.
Call 1-800-PRIME-STAR.
It's Visine season, when red, irritated eyes need Visine most. Visine gives you 100% of the relief you need. No wonder pharmacists recommend it nearly 4-to-1 over any other brand. This season, get Visine. It gets the red out.
I don't need some fancy cologne to tell me I'm a man. I use Skin Bracer. It smells great, but it also cools and tones my skin. Confidence is very sexy. Don't you think?
Original and cooling blue.
By Menon.
She trusted him. She shouldn't have. The most provocative movie of the year is on ABC. She woke up pregnant Sunday.
ABC Bowling Lane, the area leader in recreation for nearly 40 years, now has an offer you can't pass up. When you join a summer league, you can open bowl all summer long for just $1 a game. Whether you're a new, intermediate, or advanced bowler, ABC Lanes offers a league for the entire family. For more information, stop by or call any of our 3 ABC locations. $1 a game for open bowling. That's a deal you can't refuse.
They test car batteries here. They test pickup trucks here. And when they test yard machines, they go here. Dave Spivey's house. MTD tractors, chipper shredders, lawnmowers, and edgers tackle the toughest jobs. Look for MTD yard machines at retailers near you. MTD.
Wow! I like it!
MTD yard machines, American made, American owned.
Join Dennis Owens for sports tonight on News Center.
I'm Robin Roberts reporting from Churchill Downs in Louisville, site of next Saturday's Kentucky Derby. Coming up on ABC's Wide World of Sports, we return to San Juan, Puerto Rico for our continuing coverage of the event of the World Gymnastics Championships presented by State Farm, where American Dominique Dawes will challenge gold in the balance beam in her final international event before the Olympic Games. Plus, we'll preview next Saturday's Kentucky Derby presented by Visa. And in our regular Women in the Game feature, we'll take a behind-the-scenes look at the women competing in next Saturday's Run for the Roses. Wide World is next at 4:30 Eastern and Pacific. Now let's go back to bowling.
Dave D'Entremont's name creeping from the number 5 position all the way up now into the final game against the tournament leader, Dave Arnold. He's 1-3 and 1 to go.
Chris, we started with a field of 64 players. 59 of those players were PBA pros, 5 national champions, in a little bit different format this week. The players bowled 48 games, 24 qualifying, 24 match play finalists. And let's take a look at how some of those fellows finished. Ray Edwards just missing. Baker won earlier this year at the AC Delco. Dr. Duke in 9th place. Studley, David Houston. Bob Byrne Jr., who can forget his great performance this year. Petraglia in the hunt. George Branham, he's won this tournament. Roberto Silva from Mexico City, watch that name. Bill Ringener after last week's victory. The Deadeye, 22nd. Scott Alexander in his first tournament of champions.
And some time off is coming up for everyone. We will be back May 18th for the ILF Foresters Open from Mississauga, which is a suburb of Toronto. And then we'll follow with the Greater Baltimore Open. That's the Indy 500 week. Greater Hartford Open, the National Championship in Toledo, Ohio. And the 15th Greater Detroit Open, Allen Park. And then June 22nd, our final stop on our 35th year from Wichita, Kansas.
I like the numbers going into this final game, Chris. D'Entremont with a solid 252 average, the only player to go from the 5th spot to win the 10th. Bob Byrne Jr., a guy with the same type of style as D'Entremont, the power. D'Entremont 27 strikes and 35 shots. Our tournament leader has his hands full.
Another 10.
What we said,
number 7.
So far, it hasn't cost him anything as he's won his first 3 matches, and he's made every one of the 10 pins.
Oh, hurriedly, and a miss.
Boy, if Dave Arnold needs a shot in the arm to get this match going, it's an open frame unexpectedly by D'Entremont as he just slipped across that lane, which is 42 inches wide. He tried biting off 43 inches, not enough. He opens with a miss.
Dave with 2 championships in his 11 years as a pro.
His patented reticent manner shows very little motion. I call him Mr. Machine. He just takes every frame one at a time. Very cerebral player, just a terrific style. There's nothing that he can't hit. Inside, outside, fast, slow. Dave Arnold has a solid game. He's our tournament leader.
And a spare, as these 2 pros are bowling for a combined total of $93,000. 6 to the winner, $33,000 runner-up.
Brenda Edgar, the First Lady of the state of Illinois. Obviously, her husband, the governor, not being able to attend today, but she enjoys her bowling. Obviously, having a good time.
And she's going to pick up that check for the Children's Benefit Fund of Chicago. $15 a pin. Second 4.
into the frames.
Well, Dave Arnold has a dynamically different style than Internment. He's straight down, as you can see, the ball trajectory. Very little hook, about a 5 or 6 board break in the pocket. He starts with a couple of 4 pins. But Dave lives on patience and keeping the ball in play. He very seldom, if ever, beats himself. Crowd's getting in it, Part.
Aren't they?
This is the big one, the 60 grand for the winner. The sport of bowling has some things, axioms never, hardly ever change. When you miss a single pin spare, usually the next frame or two you come back with an open. And what happened is he needs to get the ball over here in the 2-4 zone and drive that 2 pin into the 10. Tough shot. Just bites off a little, not quite enough of the 2 pin. A valiant effort. His wife Sylvia looks on. The Intermont's in trouble.
Sylvia is a claims adjuster. I'd like to do some adjusting here in this final game.
His husband's a lane adjuster. He has to make some moves now. Solid 10 and another open frame. He only has 18 through 2. Can't miss that spare.
Okay, so let's see now what Dave Arnold can do with a pair of spares, shooting in the 3rd frame. Title match. Tournament of Champions title match. Sliding by and just leaving the little 07 there in the corner.
One of our spectators doesn't know that 60 grand's on the line here.
And at this point, I don't care. Infants, they're wonderful.
You bet. Arnold around the pocket, all his first 3 frames, 4 pin, 4 pin, 7 pin. He's looking for his first strike. Chris, and speaking of youngsters, your grandson Mikey is in the hospital down in Florida area, and hopefully he'll recover from his little bit of bout.
A little viral pneumonia. This is the lovely wife of Dave Arnold, Caroline. And his mom. Caroline's sister is here, Mrs. Justin Hromek.
His first strike.
All right, let's take a look at the beautiful trophy that awaits today's champion.
How can I be a worthy mother when all I want is my children's cereal?
Kellogg's Frosted Flakes just for kids? Brave adults say no.
My wife said she'd do anything to help. I told her to get me a spoon.
Now more than ever, these adults are stepping forward to admit they love that sweet, delicious crunch.
My passion finally led to a marriage of convenience. He's a milkman.
Come on, give in. Frosted Flakes have the taste adults have grown to love. They're great.
Once there were only 2 guarantees in life, death and taxes. I can help you with the taxes, and now I can tell you about a 3rd guarantee, the 100% satisfaction guarantee at Comfort Inns and Suites. If your room isn't right, they'll make it right, or the night's on them. That's right, a refund.
For Comfort Satisfaction Guarantee and free continental breakfast, call 1-800-228-5150.
In this case, I can't offer to come with you. Darn it.
It's the moment they've been waiting for. For one lucky 3-year-old, the dream will come true. The Visa Triple Crown Challenge begins with the Kentucky Derby next Saturday on ABC.
The Professional Bowlers Tour on ABC Sports. Brought to you by Brunswick. Get in the zone with Brunswick. Bud Light, official sponsor of the 1996 U.S. Olympic team. Make it a Bud Light. And AC Delco Automotive Parts. AC Delco, it's like buying time.
In the fifth frame now with a strike up. Dave Arnold has left the 2-4-5-8. A little earlier, Thurmont. The strike in the fourth, marked with a spike in the fifth. 11 pins separating these two in the Tournament of Champions championship match. Gets him. Spare in the fifth as we go to Bo.
Thank you, Chris. Danny, pretty solid game. Just one mistake right there at the end.
Yeah, they always say, you got to be aggressive out here and you got to attack. And I did that, and I just attacked a little too hard. Pulled on the swing, and when you control the swing on the downswing, you get soft, and at least in my case, and that's what happened. But, at least this time I didn't bowl a terrible game. I just had one crappy shot. What can I do,
Are you surprised at the low scoring out there right now?
They're a little tricky. I tried to go straighter. These guys are circling. They're wet dry down the middle part of the lane, and I tried to just go right at them and just stay aggressive. And one of these guys is going to win. It's not going to be, but one day I will.
All right, Pards, back to you, Chris. Championship game.
Danny, who was second in the Firestone Tournament of Champions in 1991. Fourth 10-pin in this final game. Dave Arnold. Close match. $60,000 the winner, a Bayliner boat, motor, and trailer package. 5-year exemption in this event. A lot at stake.
Plus bonuses. This is the big one.
Mm-hmm.
If I'd say there's one tournament I would have liked to win in my career, Chris, this was it.
Mm-hmm.
Had a chance. Best I ever finished was third. Now, Internment trails by 10 in the sixth frame.
Look out to 7. Left to 4.
The boys are feeling the pressure here. Try bowling for 60 grand, and sometimes it's easy to let go of the ball. It's not a practice game. That's what makes it so important. It's who can survive. This is match play competition. In the sport of bowling, Chris, I only think about who you beat and what you won, not the score you shot, and that's important. You can sit home today and shoot 300. That doesn't mean anything. Did you win the Tournament of Champions?
Well, another 10-pin.
That's his 9th of the day. Now he opened this game with a miss of this spare on the left lane. A little more careful this time.
Yes. Tournament of Champions starting in 1965 in Akron. And won by...
not the late, but one of my great friends, Billy Whaley. Not Billy Whaley, Billy Hardwick.
Billy Hardwick.
You caught me off guard there.
No, Billy Hardwick is, who's been so great on your winning never gets old tips this year.
He defeated Dick Weber.
And of course, last year was Mike Albee.
Key shot for Arnold right here. He leads by 12, but he can't count on Internment not striking. He must see a little different style here, and I really think the ideal style for longevity on the PBA Tour, or just to enjoy this game. He's going to start right about here. He's going to slide in this area. His target's going to be right between the second and third arrows, and here's his approach trajectory, and here's his ball trajectory. Very slight hook. Going for a double. Perfect.
Big double. Spare up, shooting in the 8th frame.
Took the scenic route that time.
He did.
Give D'Intermont credit. He goes with what got him there. He's not going to try to line the ball into the pocket. He's going to sent the ball out to almost the edge of the gutter and brought it back for a strike, and now he needs this strike to stay in the match. This is his most important shot so far today. Trails by 22, ninth frame championship match.
Clutch in the ninth frame, baby. Sylvia, his wife.
You hear the crack of those pins from up here.
Leader by 12. The double up ninth frame for Dave Arnold, the tournament leader.
If Dave has one flaw that I've seen over the years, it's a tendency to decelerate his arm swing under pressure. He has to get that extra reach and good arm acceleration. Key shot. Boy, he answered what D'Intermont put in front of him. And for Dave Arnold, he holds the title in his hand if he can just get 9 spare strike. He needs 19 pins in the 10th frame. A strike on the first ball would be locks as his wife looks on. He's won 2 titles, but never thrown a shot bigger than this one. Oh my! What a surprising turnaround. It's the same thing that Wiseman did in the 10th frame with D'Intermont sitting on the bench. Here, our tournament leader, Dave Arnold, cuts right through the heart. If he gets 9, he'll end up with 202. D'Intermont will need a strike and a good count to win the championship. D'Intermont will still have to strike. Chris, 202.
202.
Here's the situation for all the wheat. The Big D, looking for his first major, his 5th championship, needs a strike and 8 spare. Must strike on the first ball.
4, 6, 7. The undoing. Dave Arnold. Dave D'Intermont has been knocking on the door all year. 3rd television appearance.
D'Intermont looking to the side, Chris, to get a score. He needs 8 spare. He gets 8 spare. He's a winner. If he gets 7 spare, a tie.
Championship for the Middleburg Heights, Ohio pro Dave D'Intermont. He joins a list of names of great bowlers in the Tournament of Champions, the Brunswick World Tournament of Champions. We'll be back.
Don't roll with the punches. Throw them.
It's not whether you win or lose. It's whether you win.
11 strikes down. 10 pins up. 1 ball to go.
Testing for your love.
Very white. Checking for love. The love king. Can't get enough of your love, babe. I love you, man.
I love your style.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light.
I had it right then. You saw it.
If you settle for a remanufactured engine without a brand name, be sure you've got a pair of name brand shoes. BC Delco Engines, the national brand name with the nationwide warranty. Call for a location near you. Of course, if you come in on foot, we'll understand.
It looks like a perfect day. Sounds like it, too. With a hot, tasty breakfast, served fast and fresh from the place more folks go for breakfast. McDonald's. Looks like you've got your day well in hand.
Get on your way to a good day. Have you had your break today?
Congratulations, champion.
Thank you, Chris. This is, I can hardly talk. This is unbelievable. I'd like to thank everybody at Brunswick for this. Did one hell of a job this week. I'll be glad to look forward to coming back. I'd like to thank Phil Cardinelli, Steve Wunderlich, everybody down in San Antonio for giving me the best equipment to bowl with. And we'll see you all next year.
Fred Janik, the president has some spoiled history for you, Fred.
Fabulous bowling, David. Congratulations. Let me present you with two very important things. First, a check for $60,000. And a crystal trophy representing the Brunswick World Tournament of Champions.
Thank you very much.
I'd also like to tell you that your bowling helped raise $30,000 for the Children's Benefit Fund.
That's great.
And Brenda Edgar, First Lady of the State, is here to pick it up. Sylvia, where are you, Sylvia? Come and pick it up. We have just a few seconds. Here's the claims adjuster who now claims the spoils of victory. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been great here in Illinois. Thank you. Go Bulls. See you all later. See you May 8th. Goodbye.
I'm Robin Roberts reporting from Louisville, Kentucky. ABC's Wide World of Sports is next. Today, Dominic Dawes of the U.S. and Vitaly Sheva of Belarus headline the men's event finals at the World Championships presented by State Farm. Plus, we'll preview the